The last light of the day bled across the Hudson, turning the river into hammered copper. Emily stood on the high bridge, paint under her fingernails, watching a barge drift south. She had come to sketch the skyline, but a gust had other ideas. It slammed her sketchbook shut. Pages flapped like startled birds, and one sheet, her half-finished watercolor of the George Washington Bridge, spiraled over the railing and slapped against the boot of a woman jogging past. The runner stopped, peeled the wet paper free, and held it to the fading light. "This yours?" Her voice carried flat vowels from somewhere inland, Ohio, maybe Michigan. Faded race t-shirt, running shorts worn thin, a pale scar slicing from the corner of her left eyebrow into her hairline. Emily bounded down the steps 2 at a time. "Sorry. Wind's a thief tonight." The woman studied the painting, then Emily. Cables sag more on the left. She handed it back, fingers brushing Emily's. "Alex." "Emily." She tucked the soggy page into her bag. "You know bridges?" "I keep them standing." Alex wiped her hands on her shorts. "Civil engineer. Manhattan firm. You?" "Freelance illustrator. Book covers, occasional mural delusions." Emily glanced at the sky cooling to bruise purple. "I owe you a malt shake on 181st. They walked north, iron lattice humming beneath their feet. Emily learned Alex grew up beside a grain silo painted like a giant ear of corn. Alex learned Emily's parents still mailed newspaper clippings whenever her art graced a paperback. Neither mentioned how their shadows overlapped on the pavement or how the air between them suddenly felt thinner. The diner smelled of bacon and lemon polish. They slid into a booth the color of old pennies. 2 chocolate malts, 1 plate of fries. Talk started with bridges. Alex loved the Hell Gate. Emily the tiny footbridge in Prospect Park where she'd once proposed to a girl who laughed, said yes, then vanished 3 weeks later. Alex salted the fries with the precision of someone who calculated load-bearing stress for a living. Emily dipped a fry. "Ever think the city's just pretty lies holding each other up?" "Every day," Alex said. "But lies can be beautiful if engineered right." Streetlights flickered on. Phones buzzed and were ignored. They lingered until the waitress stacked chairs. On the sidewalk, river and hot pretzels scented the night. Emily lived in Washington Heights. Alex's apartment was a straight shot down the 1 train. Neither moved toward the subway. "Walk you home," Alex offered. Brownstones leaned close like gossiping ants. Halfway uphill, beneath a street lamp, Alex stopped. "I'm no good at this part." "Which?" "Admitting I haven't stopped thinking about your painting. Or the look on your face when you thought it was gone." Emily's pulse hammered. "I thought you'd scold me about the cables again." "They're wrong," Alex said, stepping closer. "But I like wrong." The kiss was soft collision, malt sweet, tentative, then deeper, as if both had been holding breath since the bridge. Emily tasted salt, felt the scar under her thumb. When they parted, the lamp buzzed like an approving insect. Alex rested her forehead against Emily's. "Confession. Already. I'm terrified of heights. I run this bridge to prove something. Usually stare at the pavement." Emily laughed, startling a cat from a stoop. "So you saved my art while pretending the river wasn't 200 feet down." "Pretty much." Fingers laced, they reached Emily's building. The lobby elevator smelled of old carpet and curry. Her door stuck. Alex shouldered open. Inside, half-finished canvases, take-out menus, a single bulb pooling light over unpaid bills. Alex lifted a sketch of a woman with antlers. "Fairy tale job?" Client bailed. "Now it's wallpaper." Emily hung her bag on a question-mark chair. "Tea." Alex hesitated. "Early site visit." But she stayed. Kettle filled, ignored. Alex drifted to the window, sirens dopplered into silence. Emily set 2 chipped mugs, one with a cartoon octopus, on the counter. Alex turned. "I lied. Site visits at noon. Just didn't want to crowd you." Emily crossed the room, took the octopus mug, set it down. "I'm not crowded." They kissed again, slower, mapping mouths. Emily's back met cool glass. Alex's thumbs traced sweater hem. The kettle screamed unanswered. Later, on the couch that doubled as bed, they spoke in darkness. Alex's father, math teacher, baffled by rebar over report cards. Emily's mother, still bragging our artist like our valedictorian. They slept clothed, shoes kicked opposite ways, city heartbeat thrumming through floorboards. Morning brought construction noise and rain on hot pavement. Alex left first, slipping a tiny pencil sketch into Emily's palm. High bridge, cables sagging exactly wrong. Emily pinned it above her drawing table. Their first official date was disaster. Art house cinema, 3-hour Romanian grief meditation. Halfway through, Alex whispered, "Protagonists a bridge that forgot how to hold weight." They fled, giggling, to a bodega for plantain chips and concrete versus steel poetry debates. Summer steamed in. Alex's firm reinforced a red hook pier. Emily illustrated a tugboat with anxiety issues. Rituals formed. Sunday diner malts, Thursday rooftops where Alex named constellations through light pollution. Emily painted Alex's portrait on a pizza box. Alex framed it, hung it in her office. Colleagues assumed sibling. August cracked them open. Emily's agent booked sudden Chicago work. 3 weeks, maybe 4. Alex's peer hit delays. Overtime swallowed nights. Calls shortened, texts unanswered for days. Emily returned to Alex asleep on her couch, boots on, wrist in a brace from hauling rebar. "I thought you'd be longer," Alex mumbled, waking to Emily's hand on her cheek. Early flight. Emily kissed the inside of her wrist above the brace. "We need to talk." They talked till the sky turned dishwater. Alex admitted shutting down under pressure. Emily confessed drowning silence in color until canvases bled. They promised harder, then made up on the kitchen floor, the couch too small for apologies. Autumn painted the park and brought Emily's gallery show. Opening night. Red dress from a Soho whim. Alex arrived late, tie crooked, smelling of sawdust and river. She found Emily cornered by admirers. "You came," Emily breathed, relief softening her voice. "Wouldn't miss it." Alex's gaze landed on the centerpiece. Large canvas, 2 women on a bridge at sunset. One red, one white, foreheads touching. Cables sagged exactly wrong. A collector offered 6 figures. Emily refused. Not for sale. On the tiny balcony, Alex produced a velvet box. Brass key, old-fashioned. "To my place." Elevator finally fixed. No more 4-flight grocery hauls. Emily laughed till mascara threatened. "Your idea of romance?" "Wait." Second box, enamel pin shaped like the High Bridge. "For your bag. Never lose another painting." Emily pinned it over her heart. Below, traffic crawled like luminous ants. "I love you," even late and smelling like construction. "I love you," Alex said, "even when you paint my scars prettier." They kissed beneath string lights, city a constellation at their feet. A siren wailed, faded. First star pricked the haze. Years later, the High Bridge needed repainting. Alex's firm won the contract. Emily tagged along for inspection, sketchbook ready. Dawn ladder climb, boots clanging cold rungs. From the catwalk, Manhattan blinked like a circuit board. Alex pointed hairline fractures. Emily drew them as frozen lightning. Noon, workers gone. Alone on the span, Alex produced 2 paper cups of diner coffee. Black for her, 2 sugars for Emily. Legs dangled over the Hudson, wind-tugging jackets. Below, a Circle Line boat honked. Tourists waved flags. Emily nudged Alex. "Remember saying lies can be beautiful, if engineered right? Try to sound deep." "You did." She pulled the worn enamel pin from her pocket. "Still keeps me from losing things." Alex turned the pin. New confession. "Another?" "I'm pregnant." The words hung like a cable under tension. Emily's coffee sloshed. "You what, how?" "IVF. Solo. Started before Chicago. Didn't want to jinx it." Alex's voice cracked. Emily set her cup on grating, cupped Alex's face. "We're having a baby?" "We're having a baby." They kissed, coffee, rust, future. Far below, the river carried their reflection south. 2 silhouettes fused into one impossible, perfect span.